Parshas Bamidbar always is read on the Shabbos before the Yom Tov of Shavuos. Just as an aside, not the main part of this talk, my quiz question for everyone I've come into contact with for the last 2 weeks is, if the Shabbos before Pesach is Shabbos Hagadol and the Shabbos before Yom Kippur is Shabbos Shuvah, what is the name of the Shabbos before Shavuos? And everybody looks at me with a glazed look, and I answer them Shabbos Derech Eretz Kadma L'Torah. It's a Beferish Chidushei Harim. I have the source for that. That is not the thrust of this week's talk. This week's talk discusses the Parsha of Bamidbar, which always comes out right before the Yom Tov of Shavuos. I just remembered as I was preparing that this was in fact my Taira Tata Olav Hashom's Bar Mitzvah Parsha. That will come in a couple of minutes. Many of them are Mepharshim, from Rishonim to Achronim, as prominently as Tosfos and Megillah, up to and including Rav Moshe Feinstein, discuss the question as to why B'davka is Parshas Bamidbar right before Shavuos. And we know Parshas Bamidbar has one of the counts, the tally of Bnei Yisrael. Su'u is the first pasuk or the second pasuk. Es Rosh Koladas Bnei Yisrael, count of Bnei Yisrael. All the Mepharshim ask, why is it Lashon of Su'u? It should have said counted to Manu or other terms, but Su'u also means to lift up, which means that this tells us that each and every Yid is the equal of each and every other Yid. Each Yid is counted once. The person who has the least amount of knowledge or an Amaritz is considered the equal as the greatest Talmid Chacham. This gives us an incentive to aspire to greatness. It also tells us we should learn to get up to that level, that we should not think that we cannot attain greatness. We can attain greatness because each and every one of us is an equal member of Klal Yisrael. So therefore, and this is Rav Moshe in Darash Moshe, that right before the end of Shavuos, we read Parshas Bamidbar to tell us we can lift ourselves up. The way to pick ourselves up is by receiving the Torah and to study it. What's fascinating is at the beginning of the Parsha is this census count, this counting of each and every member of Klal Yisrael. The very end of what we do on Parshas Bamidbar, which is not the end of the Parsha yet, it is actually the end of the Haftorah, which comes from Hosea in Trei Asa. And this is an interesting series of psukim. Many people are not aware of this. And I'll give you the last 2 psukim in the Haftorah of Parshas Bamidbar. And all of you who are 13 years and older, who are boys, will instantly recognize the psukim. They are stichli la'olam. I'll betroth you to me forever. They are stichli b'tzedek u'b'mishpat u'b'chesed u'b'rachamim. I'll betroth you with righteousness and with justice and with kindness and with mercy. There are stichli b'emunah, and I will betroth you with emunah, with faith, with bitachon. V'yodates Hashem, and then you will know Hashem. This pasuk, which we say every single day when we put on our tefillin, and as we look forward to our bar mitzvah, we're not yet 13 years old, we start to learn these psukim, and they reflect the tremendous enthusiasm, excitement, and happiness that we have looking forward to putting on tefillin and serving Hashem ever closer and closer, in exactly the same way as a chassan and kala who have erusin. That's why the Mepharshim say, why does it say dafka erastich and not nisuin, erusin? Because they're looking forward with enthusiasm to that happy day. They'll become a Bayis Now and B'Yisrael. Chassan and kala will join together in the most profound way to serve Hashem through the building of a mishpacha. So this is what Har Sinai was. This is what we look forward to. And this is only so appropriate for the Shabbos of Bamidbar, which comes right before Shavuos, to give us the enthusiasm and to inculcate in us and inspire us and infuse us with the enthusiasm which we should all have each and every year, each and every day, where we're facing the Torah HaKadosh that Hashem is giving to us. We have the schus to learn, and which brings us closer to Hashem. Yadata es Hashem. And with this Torah, we come to have the idea of Hashem, which is the ultimate goal of all of Torah. My father, Olav Hashom, pointed this out to me, that he said, this is my Bar Mitzvah Parsha, and this is my Haftorah, Erastid, which is something which is so well known to us, which he had the schus to have for his Bar Mitzvah Parsha. That is the connection between my father, Olav Hashom, and the Parsha and the Yom Tov. He was an inspiration to us all, and his memory should be for a bracha, and he should be a Melech Yosef for all of Klal Yisrael. Good Shabbos.